What's up, guys? Skippy Africanus here, and today we have I want to call it a review. It's really not a review. It's more of a problem that I just now noticed and wanted to bring it to light to you guys, just in case you were in the market for a holster, and the holster you were looking at was one made by Paradigm packaging right here. Paradigm, my bad. TacticalGear.com. So this holster I purchased about a week ago at a gun show when I got my Beretta 92X. And much like with all the other holsters that I own, I don't really, know too much about it. Maybe this is just a bad holster. But, I just bought it from when I got my Beretta 92X because I intended to run that for matches. So anyways, we'll just get right into it. I have used this holster a total of 3 times, like actual use. I guess I've equipped it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and I was just kind of testing it out or whatever. But 3 times I will say confidently that I gave it some actual use, and 2 of those times were just 30 minutes. I was doing some dry fire and drawing practice at my house just to get used to my new pistol. So nothing too extreme. But today is the third use, I will say, where I gave it its so-called field trial. So normally I would carry my SIG P365, but it's been getting a little bit cold out, so I'm wearing a jacket. I can easily conceal this, even though it's an outside the waistband holster, when I wear a jacket. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to carry a full-size pistol because, it's a little easier to use. And I guess I'll go about my day with the pistol because it might sound redundant going into a whole story, but it shows you just how little use I actually really gave this thing. So at about around 3:15, I went down to my parents' house. They're on vacation. They need someone to take care of their animals, which, just feed the animals. So they live about 45 minutes away. I strapped my Beretta 92X in this holster through my waistband, drove out there. So we got about 45 minutes of drive time. The pistol's just sitting there. I get there, and they have a lot of animals, but I mean, it's realistically, we're talking about 15 minutes of actual work. And again, it's feeding animals. Like it's getting food for the dog, getting food for the pig, oh my God, getting food for the pig, scattering that outside, food for the chickens. Not too extreme. And, I was there for about an hour, but, realistically, it was about 15 minutes of actual work. I was just playing with their animals because they got a really cool pig. And I wasn't running full speed with the dog or anything, I was just kind of, just chilling at their house, just petting the animals. So they got some cool animals, and I was like, I'm just going to chill here. So, really not doing too much. Anyway, so I was there for about an hour. With 15 minutes of actual work. And, after that, I did the 45-minute drive back to my house. Again, just, sitting in my truck driving. And then on the way back, I went to Walmart because I had to do some actual grocery shopping. So I'm going to be, I guess, a little bit lenient on my time. I'll tell you guys I was there for about an hour. I really, I'm a fast shopper, but I did feel like I was in there for a little bit longer than I normally was. I was probably only in there for about 40 to 45 minutes. But, walking around Walmart back and forth, just getting all my stuff. Let's just say max I was in there was like about an hour. To which after that, I just drove home, hit up, Sonic. But, I mean, my drive home was, 20 minutes. So, yeah, with all that time being said, that's... Okay, well, I guess to be fair, when I got home, I went to go brine a chicken for the smoker, because I had to get that done pretty quick. So I guess I did a little bit more movement there. But anyways, once I got all that done, brined my chicken for the smoker, and then went to go sit down to have my extravagant Sonic dinner. I went to go take my pistol off, and I noticed when I took my pistol off, so you will see on this holster, you have 2 screws here holding on to this belt loop. And on this one, you have 1 screw. There should be 2 here. However, there was not. There was actually just the 1 here because every single screw in this holster came pretty dang loose to the point where this one just fell off. I don't know where it's at. Now, right now, everything is tightened a little bit. I just tightened it enough so it wouldn't fall off. Didn't grab my screwdriver. That one's gonna be a little bit looser because it's missing a screw. But yeah, I you know, almost doing literally, I'm just gonna flat out say nothing, just walking around for a few hours, give or take, and already I had a screw just completely vanish. This screw was actually on the verge of falling out when I had taken it off, and you know, this little tightening screw here for pistol retention was super loose. These screws were fairly loose. I mean, I think with Loctite, you would be able to maintain these screws in there, and I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous that I paid $75 for this holster. Again, this is made by Paradigm. $75 for this holster, and the one day that I carried around doing some minimal walking, mostly drive time, the holster is about to fall off. It's actually kind of, you know, pathetic to think that, you know, I'm glad that I really did this for again, a $75 holster, because I bought this holster to run the 92X in some matches. And if I'm being honest, I think had I ran this at, like, let's say a Tuesday Night Steel, or, you know, just a normal pistol match where, you know, you're not doing too much crawling around and stuff, I have no confidence that this belt loop, given the extra time that I'd be walking around with it actually kind of doing stuff, would have just flat out fell off. I'm not necessarily a holster expert. Like I said, I kind of just see a holster and I buy it. But in my experience with purchasing holsters, I've never had one that did something like this. So I've got you know, quite a few, like, you know, I got some paddle holsters and all that stuff for my pistols. Those aren't going to fail, obviously, really. I got my Safariland holster for my PX4 right out of the box. I've had that thing for years, never had an issue of this magnitude. And hell, let's just bring the P365 holster in here. This one I paid about, I want to tell you guys, about $30 for it. It's around that mark. Now you'll see the really cheap tie wire holding right there. I did lose a screw to this. However, despite this being a $30 holster, I did not lose the screw in the first carrying. I lost that screw like a year plus in. Meanwhile, this $75 holster, who again is from Paradigm, I lost the screw the first day I decided to carry it. Yeah, I don't really know what the deal with that is. I will mention that maybe if I, you know, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Loctite all of the screws that I currently have available. Hopefully I can get another screw from Paradigm. I am definitely going to message them about this, but, you know, I'm going to Loctite all the screws I got. And I will say, if you do have, like, this holster, and, you know, you look into holsters more than I do, you should probably look into doing the same, because, quite frankly, I really didn't do anything today. It's kind of ridiculous that again, a $75 holster couldn't hold up to the super extreme work that I did today. But anyways, yeah, I just want to make this short video, because when I spot, you know, pricey stuff not performing up to par, I do like to bring it up to you guys. And again, maybe, you know, there's probably a fix to this. It's probably as simple as Loctite. That's what I'm personally going to try. But still, though, like, I like to, when it comes to stuff like this, fresh out of the box or bag or whatever, for price tags like $75, I do like to bring it up with you guys, because I feel like you guys should be in the know. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video as much as, well, I guess I didn't really enjoy making this one, because, well, $75 holster doesn't want to act up to par. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do have this holster, or you are planning on buying it, just keep that in mind, that the first day that I, myself, actually gave it some, you know, real use, yeah, that is what happened. Most of the screws came loose, and, like I said, I am very thankful that I did this today, and did not run this for a match, because I am fully confident this thing would have completely disconnected. But, anyways, yeah, that is it for the video.